Hi, I'm Ben,
I'm Saravana.
and we're Elbo AI. I just wanted to give a quick intro of who we are and what we're building. So we're Elbo AI. We're trying to build faces for AI. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. But both of us have worked in the large companies, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. And personally, I'm like what you call a creative hacker.
hmm
And I've always been interested in how people interact with computers. So like when mobile kind of came out, I mean, when touchscreens came out, I kind of switched to mobile because I was like, oh, that's a new way of doing things.
hmm
And when I was there, Google actually, their voice search kind of came good enough to be useful. And so I actually helped build all the early UIs and interfaces when I was on the iOS search app. And then later I went to Glass and kind of really worked on voice search and how do we interact with computers that way. Coincidentally, even helped build the prototype that later became Google Assistant.
hmm
And time has gone on, worked on Doodles and Alexa. Saravana worked on Siri for a long time. And kind of last year was like this major inflection point where all of a sudden all these things I've been thinking about for like a decade, right? Like how to do interact with computers differently seemed possible because of generative AI. So like large language models finally, like if you think about Siri or Alexa and all them, they're like command and response. You say, turn on a timer and they're like, okay, timer set. But you're not having a conversation. With an LLM, you're like having a conversation. And then Stable Diffusion was also out, and like all of a sudden we could make faces and people and like really realistic photos and things. So I left my job
And I left
and
my job.
yours and around the same time.
Yeah.
And we've been working together almost a year now. And the idea is like we think you're going to be talking to AI everywhere, right? LLMs are coming, whether you think they should or not. And chatbots are already here everywhere. You're already seeing them in every customer service website and everything. And so you're going to want to talk to these things, kind of like I'm talking to you right now, Barack. Right? Although maybe a little more back and forth than this little thing. But like it's just so much easier to like say what's wrong if you're talking to a person, right? Like think about like telling someone next to you what's going on versus like trying to type it in Google. There's like cognitive load of like figuring out the way to say it. And so I think like so we're building faces and soon after like all the other pieces you need for conversational AI so that you can feel like you're talking to someone. I think actually maybe a quick demo to show what we got so
Yeah.
far working. It's a little more concrete. Um, Welcome to Puppetry, where you can animate faces using your own face. So this is step one of our plan, right? So here you take an image of a face at the top and we can make it move. We can transfer the motion from something else onto the face. And we have many more steps where we're hoping to be able to do this, with just audio and then later with just text. And so we can basically take a face and make it talk. And when you can do that, you can look like you're talking to an LLM instead of typing at an LLM. And that's the short of it.
Yeah.